last time, Cormac talked to Miguel, and Sigrithur won a duel, getting Miguel to not fight or to not throw support behind Senior Santiago in replacement for a seat in the new government. Nyostroy kidnapped a woman with Cormac's help, or was that 2 times ago?
That was 2 times ago. That's also not how I would describe what I did, but, you know.
She was sobbing in the back of a wagon. You were trying to have small talk with her after abducting her from her home. Then you guys went on the great milk heist.
And chickens. Don't forget the chickens.
No, I will.
Yeah, those chickens were really integral to the plan.
To steal some jewels and money from Senior Santiago to pay off the Duelists Guild, which you have not paid them off yet, though.
We're getting to it. All right. One thing at a time.
I will, say, the amount of things that I had planned for this arc are very small compared to the amount of things that we have roleplayed through in this arc.
Improv, baby.
Sometimes, you say that we can do whatever we want, and I take that personally.
I really have to start saying, you guys, except Cody, can do anything you want.
Oh, Mandy's creative too. Don't sell her short, you know?
Yeah, Mandy is creative and has good character moments and emotional scenes, and ties everything together. Cody comes up with the name Carp.
Did I come up with the name Carp?
Yeah.
You were introducing...
Was it you or Caitlin?
Oh, well, that was a random name generator that came up with Carp, let's be fair.
You picked Carp out of a list of 10 names?
That's worse, yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's you see how that's worse, right?
No, I see how it's funnier. I don't see it being worse.
So anyway, we had an ill-advised heist and kidnapping.
Can't be ill-advised if it worked.
Well, that is yet to be seen. Fingers crossed.
But no, it worked. The heist worked. We have the money.
Oh, the heist worked. Heist went great.
Okay, Cody.
Yes?
How are you getting Elias to your play?
Is Elias the actual guy with the burnt face?
Yes.
Oh! Okay, so here is how I imagine this going down. So, where we left off, right, he was in a cart with his wife, who is also invited...
Oh, yeah, he was. I forgot you kidnapped him as well. Sorry. Kidnapped a woman and a man.
Yeah. Well, he's been bagged, right? He got bagged. And now getting him there is relatively easy in that we just carry him to a cell, right? Now, the important thing that I want to get across here is that I would like for this to be, trying to think of the right way to describe the room that I'm imagining. So this is catacombs, right?
Yes.
So imagine a room where you might do, dissection and then have observation to that dissection, right? So whether from, isolated rooms that can look in on it, or from, in the old times where they would have, surgeries being observed, below, where you'd be, sitting in a room around a surgery looking down on it. Sort of that vibe. And, in that room, I want to, as, roughly and uncomfortably as possible, recreate, the rough dimensions of his bedroom. So, a bed, a nightstand, whatever. But out of, rotten and decaying furniture. His children would be ushered into seats, and then, the doors would be locked behind them, kind of thing. And it's
Are you having other nobles there, or no?
No. The play is a lie. That's fully untrue.
But I wanted to have nobles bickering back and forth. I had some good lines.
What? How could I possibly justify the kidnap of a captain of the guard to a bunch of nobility who we are at war with?
That's never stopped you before.
True, but in this case, no, that was not my intention. I would say probably, the other people, Catalina, Sigrithur, Magdalena, and Cormac could be there. But other than that...
Carp better be there. What's-his-face is Sebastian's waiting for him.
And then, so Nyostroy is just going to, lay the... you said his name was Elias?
Yes.
Down, on his bed. And, are his hands tied?
Do you want them to be tied?
No.
I mean, yeah, they would have to be. Otherwise he would just take his bag off?
They can be to start with.
I thought he was kind of knocked out.
I think technically he wasn't. I believe he just got a bag put over his head and scooped off. But, you know, I feel like these are trivialities. Yeah, he can have his hands tied to start with. That kind of makes sense. What is the key feature here, though, is Nyostroy wants to light a ring of fire around the room, creating the effect that people looking in can see, but if you're looking out, your eyes would be dazzled by the flames.
Give me a performance check. And finesse.
You know what's sort of a boring thing about leveling your character kind of evenly as you increase a few stats? I roll basically the same dice pool for, like, a lot of things. Okay, so that's 3 successes and a dice left over.
Alright, so this room is as you described. It has, like, the 2 layers. You have the 3 people. Is his wife up in the box seats, too, or is she...
Wife and 2 kids, yeah.
What a... Oh, Mom, you're here, too! And she just cries.
Oh, no, they would be, like, separated. I don't think they necessarily know the other ones are there.
Okay. This is a very big amphitheater to watch a dissection. Okay, they're separated enough. One of you with each of them.
Oh, that works, yeah. You guys can babysit.
So you have this nice amphitheater. It is dark and dank. You have torches on the walls. And as you set up this bedroom, you start your show, and with a flick of your wrist, a brilliant, dazzling blaze shows up, making it hard for you to see, but everyone above you can look over and look down and have a good view of this 4-poster bed made out of seemingly nice cloth that you guys quickly helped Nyostroy construct earlier this evening.
So, yeah, Nyostroy pulls the bag off his head, and, you know, gives him a light slap, wakes him up, and then uses the sword that he broke off in Nyostroy that Nyostroy, like, taped up with leather.
Yeah.
I say taped. Wrapped in leather to make a handle. He cuts the bonds off his hand and sits in a chair next to him, kind of like reclining back, his feet up on his bed, just staring at him with, like, his one dark eye.
Yes? I thought you were going to burn me alive. Why are we back in my house?
Why is it that you assume that I burn people?
He gives you the most pointed look you have ever received in your life. Half of my face is gone. You have burned down so many things in this town.
I have, yes. Why do you think I burn things?
'Cause you are a crazy old man.
Nyostroy kind of sits up and gets much closer to him and goes, "That's maybe accurate, and more accurate than you know, particularly the old part. However, do me a favor. Let me ask you this. Why didn't I just kill you when I had the chance, and why haven't I killed you now?"
I would guess we are more similar than I thought. We like to see the others suffer.
No. Not at all. We are almost nothing alike from what I can tell. You are an awful father, as near as I can figure. But this is not the point. No, I do not enjoy watching people suffer. If I do not do this, if I do not burn people, I will die. I am cursed. And Nyostroy reaches up and pulls his eye patch off and drops it on the bed, showing his, like, mismatched eyes. I grew up in the palace. I grew up sick. I grew up sick enough that I was cast out into a snowbank and left to die until an old woman found me and made me a deal. To never be hungry and never be cold, but never be able to grow anything again, so long as I bring her lessons with fire. So now I must burn people who need to be taught a lesson. I am not a man invoking random will and anger. I am cursed. I have to do this. So the question you should be asking yourself is, why did the servant of a forest witch burn your face instead of killing you? How did we first meet? Let us recollect.
We first met when you were colluding with the rebellious and seditious people.
This is not your job to protect these people. You are a city under siege, and you saw fit to break up the mob inside the walls rather than fight others, attempt to stop this siege. This is what you found valuable.
Well, I think it was. It would have been had you not been there. We could have ended this rebellion and focused externally instead of having to worry about whatever the hells you were doing to the city and destabilizing everything.
Destabilizing, we did end said siege ourselves. You're welcome.
He spits at you.
That's fair. I understand. It makes sense. Many people are angry after dealing with me. The problem is, I feel, when I look at you, I don't see... I don't see a threat, I see a failure. Someone who could have been made better and missed the point of the lesson.
Only one of us was thrown out as a child.
What does that mean? Do you think that I consider it to be a personal moral failing of myself that as a child I was sickly and cast out of my home? Do you think that I have not returned for years because I feel that I made the moral failing in that case? Do you consider the pains of a child to be their fault?
I don't. I consider what I have as strength, and what you have is whatever this is, threatening people in their homes because some forced witch thought this would be a fun joke.
You are not in your home and I'm not threatening you. Don't raise your hand against the good people of this city again and I'll have no reason to teach you another lesson.
I've never raised my hand against a good person of this city.
The man that you stabbed in front of me, he deserved that for running a circus? He helped me build a circus? It was a circus.
He deserved it. That was for propaganda and training your troops. I don't regret killing him. I don't regret killing him in cold blood. I have no qualms with any of it.
So that's for you. Defenseless man, not trained in combat. His death feels fine on your hands.
No regrets. My only regret in this is that I didn't make sure you were dead before I left.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I can't die, really. Like, sort of I can, I think, but it's really hard. Oh, the whole curse thing. Nyostroy, lights a flame in his hand and puts it very close to the side of his face. At times, you hear the burnt hand teaches best, no? Maybe that is true. However, that is not the limit of my gifts. And he touches his face, and I'm going to spend a hero point to heal the horrible burn on his face. You were never meant to not learn your lesson. That was never the point. You were never meant to take away from this that I was a nemesis for you to chase at the cost of all others and at the expense of everyone else's life. What you are meant to take away is this. If you continue fighting against people who are weaker than you, who are defenseless, a horrible woman in a chicken-legged shack will send a miserable old man like me to burn off the side of your face. Your job is to defend the people of these cities, of this city. Do it, or don't. But if you don't, you know the consequence. And Nyostroy is going to push the flames out to where he can see his whole family who heard everything he just said, and is going to leave.
So his face does that thing that every other wound you've healed so far is. It has a magical glow and then looks like molten fire as it is reconstructed, and under the veins still has that pulsing to it. As he just sits there, dumbstruck, just having no retort for what you just said, and more importantly, what you just did.
Bravo! Bravo! Wasn't that great? He turns to the person next to him.
Sebastian, This black box theater's getting really good. Are you sure you don't want my money to help patronage this? That guy down there looks just like my dad. That was a bit. The people in the stands actually know what's happening and, like, are somber about it.
No, I get you.
All right. Moving on.
Real tonal shift from that heist of last episode to the beginning of this one. The pendulum swings.
Sigrithur and Cormac. You said you wanted to bribe the Duelists Guild. Or were you just milk heisting for the heck of it? You've done the fun, and you now need to do the profit.
Right, so we got jewels and money from Senor Santiago's villa, with which to pay off the Duelists Guild.
Yes, you have a lump sum of money.
So you want to take point on this one? Since you fight for them?
I mean, they haven't really made me feel welcome in the couple times I visited.
Well, I mean, you just won that duel for me, so that was great, by the way. Appreciate that. You really looked like you were on the ropes and then came back. It was well done. Excellent.
Well, hopefully Seraphine didn't have money on the battle against me. Otherwise, she might not be in a very good mood.
Well, I guess we'll see.
That was her name, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm surprised I remember that.
You guys make your way once again back to the Duelists pit. You're ushered back to Seraphine after saying you have urgent business of the sort, and maybe greasing a palm here or there.
We've got a celebrity, Andrea the Enormous.
Are you just outing Sigrithur immediately?
Oh, sorry. Never mind. she had a whole disguise and everything. Yeah, never mind.
She did.
We have a celebrity. Both of us.
She looks up. Have I met you before?
I believe so, yes. I'm Cormac O'Rourke.
All right. You seem vaguely familiar.
And we've definitely met before.
Yes, multiple times. So, what ridiculous request do you have of me today, where I do not... Man, I'm just all over the accent with her. Jeez. What ridiculous propositions do you have for me today?
Well, actually, we took what you said to heart last time.
Do you bring money? Did you bring money?
We did. Or we're here to strike a deal.
Well, profit me.
Yes, it is profit that we have for you. So,
I'm charging extra for that.
The jokes are free.
Not for you, they aren't. Your husband in real life might not be able to charge you for bad puns, but I sure as hell can.
He's a very lucky man, regardless.
So you say. I love you. So, this Monday, what do you want me to do? Or us to do?
So there are changes coming to the city soon. But I won't sugarcoat it. I know you're not an idiot. We are planning to end the fighting by removing Senor Santiago. And we plan to set up a diplomatic council in its place. And we want your help.
And what do you want me to do?
What do we want them to do?
We need the swords of the Duelists Guild to take on Senor Santiago and those loyal to him. And we're here to pay you for it.
How long are you hiring our army out for?
That is an excellent question. So far, we're thinking short term. If there is cause for a longer term relationship, I think that can be arranged.
Let's focus on the short term for now. I don't know if you can handle the rates for me for the long term.
That is fair. I hope that in any case we can part amicably if that is the end of our relationship, but I'm fine with just focusing on the first bit.
All right. Where and when do you want us?
We will be in touch and call on you and expect that you'll be ready to meet at the time and place we give you.
All right, I expect. And how do you intend to pay me?
Can I, roll to negotiate a percentage of the money total that we have, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to let you know this is hard because this person is very greedy.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
Wits and convince?
Sure.
What can I do to reroll a die?
I think you can spend a hero point to
Do I
do
have
something.
hero points?
You have one.
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll that. Or reroll one of them.
Did you roll an extra die for it being your first convince?
Sure did. 3 raises.
That's not... Well, that's okay.
It's alright, she said, hopefully.
Let's say it's 50% of what you guys stole.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
And it will guarantee them for... How many days are you expecting this short term to be?
How many days are we expecting the short term to be, folks?
I think this is like gonna be one night. You know what I mean?
It's like a one and done. Yeah. We don't have the reach to sustain this assault. Yeah.
Like max 48 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
And more of like 48 just to make sure that like
Clean up, basically.
the initial scraps are, the initial people that are not happy about this are taken care of.
Right. Yeah. So assume like 12 hours prep kind of, and then like an evening and then aftermath. So yeah, 48 hours. Nice cushion.
All right. Sounds good. Cash or check?
Only gold and jewels for us.
So do you hand over the money then?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I look forward to helping you guys out and doing business with you.
See, you say that maybe a wee bit insincerely. I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship. And I hope that maybe we convince you to see that by the end. But thanks for working with us, Seraphine.
Best of luck, Cormac, who I may have heard of.
We don't need luck, we have you.
She rolls her eyes.
I figured out if we ever want something to be done in secret, just have Cormac go and say Cormac's name, and Zach will belligerently be like, I've never heard of you before.
The thing is, like, for Seraphine, I cannot remember if Cormac went there at the beginning of the campaign or not.
He
I
did.
did, yeah.
I could not
definitely
remember
did.
in the moment.
Yes. We both wrote our names in the book, and Cormac was like,
Definitely did.
oh no, I don't know if, no, Cormac did Cormac O'Rourke. He was like,
Cormac has been belligerently Cormac O'Rourke this whole time.
yes. And then Sigrithur was like, came up with some other Siobhan or something.
Yeah. Saoirse O'Sullivan, which I wrote down on my character sheet.
Yeah.
So I could use it later, and then never used it later.
Yeah, no, Cormac definitely met her before.
I could not remember for the life of
100%,
me.
yes. Yeah.
It has been several months, and I don't think Seraphine is impressed by you saying you may have heard of me.
Oh no, I think it's been at least a year, but yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things we did when we got to town.
Oh no, real time. Yeah. It was, yeah.
I'm sorry, I've not been trying to...
It's alright.
It's character growth
Plays
for
into the
Cormac.
character.
It's character growth for Cormac. He wants to be known a little bit less now. All right, with the
I'm
duelist...
Cormac O'Rourke. You've probably forgotten me.
No, I know you! To be fair, the character that would have been happy to be like, no, I haven't heard of you, but I want to know everything about you, is the one person that Cody introduced you to as Carp.
No regrets.
Jonathan's been nothing but great about you.
That's true.
Jonathan's a gem. Have you guys talked with the werewolves, what they're doing for this?
Did we talk to the werewolves?
I don't think so.
I don't think you guys
Really
have,
good
because there's been
question.
no people yelling at me for Jonathan being an idiot.
Add it to the list. Anyways.
I mean, they're kind of under your control, so, like, you don't have to really debate
I think we
with
could just call them in.
Well, we can just have them in the meeting. Yeah, in the meeting where we do planning.
Yeah. I'll let you make note of whoever you want in your planning meeting.
Sure.
But before that, you guys want to go get some alcohol.
Yep.
And by you guys, I mean Lena and Nyostroy.
Yeah, so I think in the timeline of things, this is like ideally the second to last thing that happens. Because ideally this would be like, basically this should be the thing that like triggers things starting to happen, right? Because the whole plan here is that we are getting the magical moonshine so that it'll lessen Senor Santiago's people. And that's not like it's like a hourly, not like a long-term effect. So
Yeah, for an hour every time they take a drink of, ale, they get teleported somewhere else or.
Or they start literally like burning their throat and can't like do
Yeah.
anything else or whatever all of the stuff was. It's
Yeah.
It's not great.
Whatever the worst effect ales we can find are, that's what we need to buy.
So you like replacing their taps with like how are you get okay?
I think this would be like I would guess that City Guard is they probably have a hall with like food or like a way to provide food for the people that are staffed there.
Sounds like we need to do another heist where we go and deliver this.
All right, we'll heist it over there.
Third heist's the charm.
Zach angry about us wanting to play his game over here.
The heist game is the next game you're running, not my game.
We're pre-gaming.
We're practicing for it.
Yeah, we're always heisting.
So I guess the idea would be people in this time prefer alcohol over water, as far as I remember.
Yeah, water's dangerous.
It's also more cleanly.
Yeah.
In terms of cleanliness.
Yeah.
So we're just replacing their
Oh yeah, I got a way to do
evening
this.
drinks.
Yeah. We'll just find whoever delivers their alcohol. We'll slip them a bag of jewels, and just like, you take these kegs this time.
Yeah, I actually haven't used any of my like familial money, so
Have you not?
Yeah, we got cash to throw
not
around
for this
here.
time, no. So we got
Okay.
we can slip them a $5 and
Yeah.
swap it.
Works for me.
Okay, so is the magical moonshine only at the lucky target, or
Yes.
okay? So I guess Lena and Nyostroy head in.
It's actually quiet when you go in there. It's probably the least busy you've seen it. No, part of like the reason you went there was like it was like in a dangerous part of town for the siege. Like it was like the only building around.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the siege has ended, some of the like notoriety you get from going there is gone. So it's not empty, but it is less busy than guys have ever seen it, because there is not that laughing at fate sort of vibe in it anymore. And with no other buildings really being around, it's not even dangerous because of the street war that's going on.
It's no longer hip.
That just makes it even cooler.
Well, you're in charge of propaganda. You make it happen.
I guess as we walk in, is there like a patron of the bar, you know?
Well, there can be.
Well, otherwise we're robbing the place, Zach. You gotta be careful here.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I thought you meant like...
You mean a bartender?
I mean a bartender, not a patron. You're right. Bartender.
Yeah, you said patron. That's why I'm like, if there's someone you want to talk to, I guess there can be.
No. I mean a bartender. Sorry, I misspoke.
No, there is a bartender. Yes, there is a bartender. I'm just gonna rob my bartender.
Nyostroy, like, walks up and, leans on the bar and smiles up at him, like, with both of his now exposed eyes, and just goes, I am celebrating one of the best performances of my life. I will have 2 of your wildest things for me and 2 of your wildest things for this beautiful lady here. And he slides over, like, just the most insane necklace you've ever seen. Like, the most stolen-looking necklace that's just, like, made of rubies and jewels, just, like scrapes in the bar.
This will get you 3 drinks apiece.
I only need 2, my dear sir. But we are here to discuss business.
He pours you 1 of each of the 4 drinks that you guys have made up.
Can you run those by us again?
As soon as I pull up the right thing.
Okay.
I got it up. We've got the elemental espresso, which can occasionally teleport. Demon draft, which can cause temporary possession.
What?
Sizzle spirits, which can occasionally cause burns. Everything's occasional. And tempest tonic could have effects of high alcohol blood content immediately. Great if you're planning on blacking out, but you have no control.
Nyostroy's just slamming both of those.
Oh gosh, I need to...
I thought we were here to... I thought
This is how you negotiate with a bartender.
by drinking?
I have to show that I can hold my stuff, yeah. Do you not? Nyostroy slides the bag of money over to Magdalene and goes, maybe this part, maybe you do this part now.
Cody, roll me 2 d20s real quick.
Frick, I don't have a d20. Hang on.
Or roll me a d10, like roll me something and tell me the number. And tell me what die you rolled.
Okay, I'm rolling a d20. Do you want me to do that once or twice?
Twice.
In order, 14, 16. Those are respectable rolls, by the way.
Not in the way you want them to be. So you're sitting there, you shotgun both of these, and you're like, that was great. And all of a sudden, you're like walking around like a zombie. And you're like, just like doing mild destruction.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I have a hand on him. I am much stronger than him. He is trying to shuffle away, but he is being forced to sit the down.
So he is doing this, and after 2 minutes, he just goes, oh! And just passes out on the table.
I'm so confused.
Which two did I get?
The possession
Demon
and then the
draft
blackout
and
drunk.
the Tempest, yeah.
Oh.
I got it.
I rolled for those. You weren't guaranteed any of them?
I don't think I understood the plan, Nosy.
It seems like you're celebrating. Drink up.
Yeah, can I tell which one did what? Like, did he, like, could I tell which one came from, like,
yeah,
this is elemental espresso? Okay.
Yeah, you have the elemental espresso and you have the sizzle spirits.
Okay.
If you're drinking them, roll me d20s to see if the effects happen.
I think she, pretends to drink. Are we, like, sitting at the bar? I assume so.
I think so.
Yeah. She's gonna pretend to drink the sizzle spirits and, like, be, like, kicking at Nyostroy under the table, like, to get him to wake back up.
Can I burn a hero point to heal myself?
No, you can wake up and be very drunk, though.
All right.
This would be a new experience for Nyostroy, right? Because doesn't his body normally heal that sort of thing?
Yeah, probably it would. Yeah, typically, yeah.
Okay. As he, like, pops back up, Lena's gonna say, quietly, but not quietly on recording, I'm sorry, I thought the plan was to get alcohol, like, buy it from them in, like, barrels and, like, swap it out. Why are you drinking?
I was getting in. I was making a friend who then would sell us barrels of... I was making a friend who would then... What I was doing was making a friend...
You make friends by drinking their alcohol and then that makes you black out?
I didn't know!
The whole point is to get stuff like this.
Well...
To fuck up the other guys.
Now we got it, because I gave him the necklace. The plan's
no,
good.
We don't have it. We need, like, barrels.
He just, like, puts his hand on her face and he looks at him and goes, I gave you a ridiculous necklace. We would like barrels of your worst alcohol. That's the plan!
He's doing the cleaning one glass, or like one mug.
Nyostroy just puts his hand on the mug and puts it down in the bar and goes, there's no one coming in. You're broke.
Ma'am.
I'm doing so good. We have rapport! Magdalena, the word I was looking for before was rapport. I have rapport with him.
You're right, Nosy. You have the best rapport with him. And she pats him on the knee.
We have half a keg of everything remaining.
That's it?
We haven't been able to resupply since the Sorcerers of Porte left. That's where we got all of the brews from.
Hang on, I need to confer with my associate.
I do like this whole conversation. It's like Magdalena is whispering. Nyostroy is not.
He's not. Magdalena. I have a plan. We get all of that, and then we mix them.
Oh, gosh. Oh, God.
No.
What? We mix them because they, who know, it's gonna, they might just die. It's bad, actually.
Yeah, we're not trying to kill them. We're trying to incapacitate them.
It increases the percentage, though, right?
It increases the percentage. I don't know what that means.
I would rule it as, DM talking to you guys as you're making a bananas plan once again, is that you'd have to make 4 constitution checks instead of 1. per drink.
Mix some. Then they are gonna teleport drunk into a demon.
I don't think that's what either of those do. I'm okay mixing, like, let's do, like, 2 at a time. So we have, like, 2 whole kegs.
I like that. Yeah, 2 full new kegs. Sir, we have decided you will mix 2 and 2. Don't tell us which, because it's more fun that way. And then you will
can
seal
tell me
them.
which.
Huh?
Nothing.
And then you will seal them. You will give them to us, and we will put labels on them that just say, like, normal ale. Would that be too... Do you think they would get it, Magdalena, if we called it normal ale? Do you think they would understand that it's not poisonous ale?
You don't have to label it.
He puts IPA on one and Pilsner on the other.
I think you should call them normal. Nyostroy, like, reaches over for the bag that he slid over to Magdalena and pulls out a little brooch, slides it across the table. Label them normal ale.
Whatever you want, sir.
We have rapport because I drank the drinks.
Yes, that is why you have the rapport. I saw that, by the way.
It's true.
Okay, well, this is going not exactly what I thought it would, how exactly I thought it would. Yes, sir, if we could get those, we would love to get that out of here for you.
Give me a minute to pack it up, and it's all yours. So he quickly packs them up and writes normal ale on them.
Okay, we're going to paint that off. Lena's gonna turn to Nyostroy while he's packing that up. So you're not doing the eye patch thing anymore?
No, I took it off when I burnt the guy's face.
Yeah, I know. I watched
Unburnt his face.
Yes. It's like a thing now. It's not just because you did it for a show.
Well, that's the secret. I do everything for a show. I mean, everything. It's actually probably bad how much I do every single thing I do for dramatic effect. Probably like drinking the drinks and like wearing an eye patch and then taking the eye patch off. And the moment with him, yeah. But yeah, no, it's off for good now.
Okay, so what's the show now?
That's complicated. The complicated part about that is I'm gonna be honest with you about something. It really depends on what happens with Isabel. Because I think the show now is I have to make up to Isabel that I was gone when she needed me. Not gone, but my memory was erased.
I think she knows that.
It's not about her knowing that. It is perhaps the greatest failure of my life.
But you couldn't have done anything about it. I'm confused what this has to do with your eye.
Well, the eye thing was more about like a moment of sincerity with a guy who I tortured horribly, you know. It was supposed to be about me letting my guard down and showing empathy to him who could have been considered an enemy. Now, as for what I do with the show of my life moving forward, I think Isabel is in need of guidance, and I believe it was my responsibility to be that person, but she's crazy now, so that's a problem.
Why do you think it was your responsibility? Wouldn't it have been the Duke's?
Well, sure, but he apparently sucked, and I don't draw a line at the end of my responsibility.
So then out of every single person that she knew who forgot because our memories were wiped, it was solely your responsibility to
No,
teach her.
you're misunderstanding. I'm not carrying around guilt per se, but I will if I do nothing to help her now. I'm cursed, you know, the whole I have to teach lessons to people who need to learn lessons. I believe she is a person that now needs to learn lessons.
Oh, well, don't burn her with fire. That will just make it worse.
Certain at some point some amount of fire stuff might happen, but you know.
And what if she doesn't want that?
I don't know. I don't know if I would be okay going, she'll be fine on her own. I think I would become a, like, what's it called? Like a specter? Follow that around, which seems sad. You're giving me a look like that's bad, and I get that.
So the plan, if she decides that she doesn't want this, is to throw her out of the city and you just follow her wherever she goes and teach her lessons somehow?
It's, kind of like in, My hope is that it doesn't come to that. That would be my hope. If she stays here, then, I could reform the circus and continue training peasants and bringing the good lessons of Irusa to this uncultured land. But I will see what, if that actually works out.
I guess, yes. I mean, that's literally the next thing we're going to do is go and talk to her.
Yeah. What do you do after this?
I mean, ideally, our Catalina will be on the throne, and I will be a part of the city guard again, in a more respectable way that will be enough for my family to approve of it.
Do you still want your family's approval? Why? They're, and I say this with a great deal of respect for you, they are all awful.
I mean, Gelly is.
No, I am including your parents in this. They hooked their cart to the certainly worse horse.
They hooked their cart to the horse that was still here.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
We have not been here. We had not been here for long enough, and they only want the best for our family.
I think what I mean is your parents can want what they think is best and be wrong about what is actually the best for your family.
Welcome to being around nobles.
Yeah,
what you're talking about right now, this is nobility.
I left it for it. I did go and get cursed by a horrible wood witch for a reason, so yeah, I get it. I was younger than you, but I did leave because my family were the worst.
Just because my family preferred Gelly in certain situations does not mean that it is not still my duty as a part of this family to make it work.
I mean, I get that, but this is, I think, how I feel about Isabel. Like, what if they don't want you to do that? It's the same thing. It's the same thing that you said. You see, it's the same what you said to me before about because it's the same. You see, the way you feel about is the way I with Isabel is with your parents. Isabel is my dad.
Okay,
you got what I meant. You put it together at the end. I could see in your face. We figured we got there.
I don't think so.
Because you have rapport.
We have the rapport. You feel responsible for someone who might not want you to be responsible for them, just like I do with Isabel. Is what
I don't know. That's not the case, because it's not that I feel responsible to my family, and my family expects me to be responsible to them.
Well, but what they want you to do is stupid, probably.
What they want me to do is to get married and have kids and make more people for our family line, or at least marry higher so that it appears that we're doing better. Those are things that I can do while being a part of the city guard.
Okay, it's just, it feels like they're putting unfair expectations on you, and you shouldn't be beholden to them.
Again, that is nobility.
I know, but it doesn't have, you could ignore them. They're weak, just leave them in the dungeon. You're now the family.
I understand, your family really did not ever even acknowledge you. Mine at least acknowledged me for long enough that I feel like there is a responsibility that I have to them.
I understand being I'm not saying you shouldn't be responsible to them. I just also think You shouldn't live your life on their terms.
I kind of already am not, considering I am doing what I'm doing.
It's good. I think that should be your. Yeah. Nyostroy just puts his hand on Magdalena's shoulder and goes, "We have rapport."
At this point, the bartender comes back out with the kegs on a cart, or puts them on your cart. Are ready to go. He switches over the sign to closed, and locks the door.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And hopefully, in a few days, there will be opportunity for you to open again.
I appreciate that. Best of luck in whatever you're planning. I don't want to know. As you and Nyostroy head back with your kegs to the underground. And that's where we're going to stop. Hey Wanderers, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Corsairs of Castille. This game is being run in the 7th Sea 2nd Edition system. If you want to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, you can check us out at the Wandering Gamer Network website. We stream on Twitch with the username Wandering_Gamers, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram. All information about the music used can be found in the episode description. Until next time, wherever you wander, may you find your way home.